First of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us today for this interview. On behalf of all AstroTeach team, I like to express our gratitude for accepting our invitation.
Hello, everybody. My name is John Baruch. I have been working in astronomy for over 60 years officially. And as a young person, I used to go out and look at the stars. So I decided to do astronomy. I went to university and did astrophysics at London University. I did a PhD in astrophysics, and I've worked in astronomy all my life. Well, when I was working at Leeds University, I realized that really to keep at the leading edge of the subject, you needed to use the latest technologies to do things that other people could not do. And so I worked very hard to bring in technologies into the study of astronomy. And so I developed and ran the first teaching company programs, which were designed to spin off the technologies we were developing for astronomy into local industry. And we were very successful. I ran the first one in astronomy, the second one in physics.
The Bradford Robotic Telescope is one of your most remarkable contributions.
So in the early days of satellites, we put up quite a number of satellites that looked at different wavelengths. They looked in the infrared, they looked in the ultraviolet, they looked in X-rays, and they looked in gamma rays. And astronomers were really very interested. What were all these strange objects that were being seen by these satellites, and needed telescopes to look at them? So we started off to build a robotic telescope in which astronomers could ask for observations. It was the very early days of the internet. In fact, we developed things like the browsers for our people to look at. And as we were doing this, suddenly we got this internet browser that came from CERN, and we abandoned ours and used the CERN one. But so the idea was that people could put in a request to take an image, or the future would be, what robots can't do is innovate and be creative. A robot can't really ask, however good the AI is, can't really ask a question. They're no good at asking questions. They're very good at answering questions, but really human beings want to ask questions. The question of education for the fourth industrial revolution came up because the way in which we educate people now is really, really wrong. I mean, exams are about remembering facts. Well, robots can all remember the facts. You don't have to turn up the facts at all. What we wanted was to educate people to being creative and innovative. And then recently I've seen that there's a thing called the Hubble tension, where astronomers measure the rate of expansion of the universe, and they get two different answers. If we measure the rate of expansion by looking at what we call the flash of the Big Bang, the cosmic microwave background radiation, we measure it there, we get one answer of about 67 kilometers per second. The people who are looking at the rate of expansion of the universe with using the supernovae stars got a different answer. They got an answer of about 73 kilometers and not 67. They got an answer in which the universe seemed to be expanding more quickly. And so I thought this was a very interesting problem, what was going on. And recently we've got a new satellite that's gone up called Gaia. And Gaia is actually measuring the distance of the stars and the Cepheid stars from the Earth, measuring them by parallax. And the Gaia satellite was doing this and measuring the distance of these Cepheid stars, and it got a different answer to the way in which the people had been measuring the brightness of the stars. And so astronomy was up in arms about this. Everybody was saying, oh, what's the problem? This Hubble tension, as they called it. We got different answers. What was the cause of this? And the people who were measuring the supernovae, they all said, well, there's something wrong with the Gaia satellite. It's not giving the right results. There's some errors in it. And I looked at that and said, well, that might be true. But if it's a very sophisticated satellite, and if we can sort out all the errors and it's giving us the right answer, what's really happening? But what I said from that was the only other explanation is that there's something absorbing the light in our Milky Way galaxy. Only a tiny bit of the light, but it is absorbing it. So the first thing is that we're going to be having to teach people to be innovative and creative. And the most important thing about innovation and creativity, there's two very important things. The first thing is the self-confidence that the young people have. So we're talking about young people at school now, but also it matters later on in life. The self-confidence that people have to tackle problems and to do things and say, I can do it. But where AI can really help in people who want to develop their own business. And that's where universities should be using AI. So I wouldn't recommend anyone in particular, but I would say that do read sciencey books and do try all the other things, because it's an amazing, and everybody will be different. There's so much science yet to be done. So find things that you like and read about those. And I think my grandchildren and yours and your children will probably go to the moon for their holidays, and it'll be absolutely inspirational, wonderful, because you'll see the Earth. If you're sitting on the moon, the Earth stays in the same place in the sky all the time. Just go out and go around the stars and learn your way around the stars. Learn about the stars. Amazing things. You'll find a star you're seeing the light from when you were born. You'll find stars that are seeing light for when your parents were born. You'll see stars where you're seeing the light from when people were chopping 500 years ago, or when even the Romans were around. Some of the stars are that. You're seeing the light from that. So knowing and understand, going around and just seeing the stars is a really good thing to do. Well, creativity and innovation is the future. And working with other people in teams is the future. And so all learning to work with a diverse group of people, the countries which enable education systems and support the development of creativity and innovation and support diversity in the teams are the countries that will succeed. They will be the next leading nations in the world, taking over from everybody else, because innovation and creativity is so powerful.